Hello, this is Greenstar, and I am a huge fan of Humble Bundle. Huge. I spent probably $1,000 on them. This week's bundle, I should say. They have a Omni. Yeah, not Omni. OVANI. Sorry, I apologize. OVANI music and samples, right? So realistically, you could buy a whole bunch of different sounds and stuff like that, including voice lines for games. This isn't really meant for gaming on what I'm talking about. This is more or less where you can get some really wild digital sound effects packs. All of this for like $20. Basically, you pay $20 or at least, and this is on charity and stuff like that, so you can obviously pay more. But you get like 34 items for $20, and they got a bunch of music and they got a bunch of sounds, and the sounds will be really cool for granular type of use and other types of things that you can put in to kind of make different stuff. And so I always love looking at these styles of packs. But today's video is going to be on one of these sound packs, actually. The OVANI license is actually really cool. Oh, the funk one. So basically, they allow you to do kind of anything with it, almost. You just can't redistribute the things, but I can use them on, like, say, this video and not get potentially sued. Now, realistically, somebody might ID it, and YouTube will get a little cranky on it. This video and my channel makes absolutely no money. So realistically, I think I was getting a bit excited there. Realistically, I'm gonna be able to use it, and if they ID it and say that, you know, I have to pay the money, oh well, I'll give them money. Yeah, I make no money off of this. So at any rate, so what I have is I have the stuff loaded up, and this is an example of the sound that it makes. Kind of funky, but that's the point, right? So what you see is I went and put this through a splitter, and you can go find them anywhere. The voice remover, I think, is the one that a lot of people like. I have one that I execute through Python and other stuff and uses a whole bunch of models, so that's how I ripped this one apart. What I want to do is I kind of want to analyze this. And overall, that's what the main focus on the video is that this is really cool. I wanna see what they did to make it tick, and you know, first part, split it, right? And so I got the drums, I got the bass, and I got the other stuff, right? And I kind of want to focus mainly on that's not bad. Then the drums. Kind of your simple kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap. Kind of overall easy, and then you got, oops. Overall, it's actually really simple to do it, and a lot of the drive is, I guess, the funk bass and its timing or its rhythm, right? And so I kind of think the first thing we need to do is kind of figure out realistically our tempo of what this thing is, and our tempo is really off. Honestly, not that far off by the looks of this, but realistically, I kind of want to line the grid up with the what they're calling, you know, the transient. I had to think about that for a second, and realistically, I don't think it's that bad. But let's hear this again and try to focus on trying to get the tempo right. Okay, now if you think about it, kind of like right here is a good indication that it's way off. So that should be on the 1. So realistically, we're going to have to mess with it a little to get that onto the 1. Like that. Now it goes really good, and then it looks like it's going a bit off over here. There we go. So 102. Now, if I were to cut this and split this, this would probably be really easily kind of sampled and resampled into kind of a used and resampled into a kind of a drum machine, right? I could right click this and split it all up, or do it to a drum machine and then use these samples themselves. If I didn't have anything good that I wanted to use, I could split them up and use them, and it would be well within the rights from the OVANI. But that's, again, not the main point. What the main point is this bass line. And now that it's on point or on the bars, you can see the kind of the rhythm. Of course, let's try this again. And it looks a tad bit off, especially over here, maybe. I don't know. It's still lined up, so he looks like he's playing with it, and it could be just because they're not playing to maybe the click, and that might be a couple of issues on there. But overall, I can hear the you can kind of hear what they're doing rhythm wise, and realistically, I think what we can do is we should be able to put in a tuner and listen to it and see what kind of no, I know I have one. Give me a second, go look for it. I have a tuner somewhere in here. Just as I paused the recording, I found it. M-tuner. Now we could slow this down and learn the chord or the notes that he's pressing, but it looks like a E1, 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 and then goes for the other notes and probably does a kind of goes up the scale a little bit and then goes back to the E1 thump 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 thump. And this is kind of helpful to be able to see what you're doing, especially with the tuner. And you get into that one so that we could probably cut it up and replicate it and kind of use our own. Why would we do this? No, well, just to mess with it. So realistically, if we had, say, brought in Contact and one of our give me a second to load up something. Coming in hot with the fretless. It has my animals are trying to get me not to talk, but it has kind of the similar sound. It's not, of course, exact, but what we want to do is we want to kind of I did the video on this a while ago on how to kind of replicate from sound samples, and I'm probably going to do the same thing here. What we want to do is we want to look at these two, right? So we want to go into here, and if I remember right, I always forget how to do this, but you can overlay. There it is. and you click on it, and you go over to here, and you can kind of overlay the grid with the piano roll with the thing, and so you go and say, hey, that told me it was E1. There we go. So we're looking at like maybe that one. Yeah, getting there. And then that one's going to be a bit more difficult because oh, we go down and up. All right, so let's do another one. Let's look at the same thing here. That is kind of wild. I'm gonna be honest, I hit pause on this and I don't know where I left off, and usually I'm really good at it, and I look down and the video was paused. I apologize. I am so sorry. So hopefully you can catch up really quick. I threw on a couple of distortion. I think there needs to be kind of a boost in the bass back end. Kind of maybe an EQ would work. I'm trying to fix the kind of the lack of. No, I don't want to cut. I want to boost. Probably add a bit more. You can sine wave add in to get it, because it sounds a bit thin on the bass. It needs a pumper or something like that. At any rate, I will spend probably hours trying to get that tone or that bass correct, and I probably shouldn't. It would make for a long, probably boring video until I get it, just to be on there. But I kind of wanted to go over the kind of the take something off that I wanted to kind of emulate and do, and try to see what it takes to do it. And I got I got it. I split it. I got the tempo kind of correct. I looked at what the notes that are being played. I'm kind of emulating it, kind of. I know I'm missing it on this part over here, but that's fine. Maybe we want to make it a little bit different. We're not trying to be exact of redoing it. We're just trying to look and learn right now to see how they're doing it, and using the DAW as a kind of a tool to learn the song and its parts for trying to analyze and do things, and trying to use your ears to help along, and trying to hopefully recreate it to get a better idea of how it does. But anyway, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening, and I will catch you later.